Project 2025 has been at the center of much discourse around Donald Trump and his possible second term if he wins in November. While he's recently trying to distance himself from it, many people in his orbit have ties to the organization behind it. ABC's Katherine Faulders takes a deeper look at Project 2025.
Republicans meeting in Milwaukee this week voting on the first new Republican Party platform since 2016, enacting a list of key policies former President Donald Trump and Republicans across the country will run on.
Thank you very much.
And that platform will have been crafted and influenced in part by individuals with deep ties to another document known as Project 2025, a sweeping initiative to overhaul the federal government. Spearheaded by the conservative think tank the Heritage Foundation, Project 2025 is a dramatic re-envisioning of the way our democratic institutions operate. It proposes giving the president the ability to easily fire thousands of career civil servants, replacing them with Trump loyalists. It's a plan aimed at pushing a conservative agenda, including shoring up the power of the presidency by expanding presidential power and eliminating several federal agencies. And Trump has supported some of these same policies on the campaign trail.
And I will shut down the Federal Department of Education.
The proposal also calls for a reversal of the Food and Drug Administration's approval of abortion pill mifepristone, but Trump said earlier this month he does not support blocking access to it. The presidential transition blueprint is composed of 4 pillars, a policy guide for the next administration that would include a LinkedIn-style personnel database for potential employees, complete with a training program called the Presidential Administration Project. It also includes a blueprint outlining proposed actions to be taken in the first 180 days of the administration. The 920-page plan would gut federal climate programs, dismantle the Department of Homeland Security, ensure for mass deportations, and authorize the military to assist in arrest operations along the U.S.-Mexico border. Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts appeared on Trump ally Steve Bannon's podcast, The War Room, earlier this month with a warning.
We are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
Trump declaring on his social media platform Truth Social that he knew nothing about the initiative and didn't even know who was behind it, claiming the Republican platform had nothing to do with it. But despite Trump's attempts to distance himself from Project 2025, the two worlds remain deeply intertwined. Trump has hailed the Heritage Foundation and its mission before.
This is a great group, and they're going to lay the groundwork and detail plans for exactly what our movement will do.
And several key former members of the Trump administration are involved, including Stephen Miller, who also recently helped Trump with debate prep and acted as a surrogate for him in the spin room following CNN's presidential debate. Miller appears in Project 2025's educational Presidential Administration Academy video, and his organization, America First Legal, is listed among its advisory members. Last week, the group asked Project 2025 to be removed from the board. He also released a statement to ABC News saying he has zero involvement with Project 2025 and just made an advice video for students. And even the Trump campaign's current press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, who was not working for the campaign at the time the video was produced, is featured. Conservative groups that Trump has supported financially sit on the project's advisory board, including a group led by Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. And Russ Vought, a top Trump administration official who helped draft Project 2025, is also behind crafting the RNC party platform. The Trump campaign's senior advisors have long said ideas from outside policy groups, including Project 2025, are merely suggestions, stressing none of these groups of individuals speak for President Trump or his campaign. A spokesperson for the RNC said Trump's campaign and RNC platforms are the only policies endorsed by President Trump for a second term. But as recently as April, Project 2025 senior advisor John McEntee, previously a Trump White House advisor, told the Daily Wire he was working to integrate the presidential transition blueprint with the Trump campaign, while also attempting to create some distance between the two.
Obviously, there will need to be coordination, and the president and his team will announce an official transition this summer, and we're going to integrate a lot of our work with them. But I think keeping the two separate is actually the most beneficial way to go about it.
President Biden has assailed the plan.
Project 2025 will destroy America. Look it up.
Biden saying in a statement it would give Trump limitless power and enable him to use the presidency to enact revenge on his enemies. Fellow Democrats calling it a reckless agenda, but also framing it as a warning to voters ahead of the election.
The extreme MAGA Republican agenda is to jam Trump's Project 2025 down the throats of the American people. It's dangerous, it's dastardly, and it's diabolical.
So let us be clear. This represents an outright attack on our children, our families, and our future. And all of this is to say, I do believe this is the most existential, consequential, and important election of our lifetimes.